Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. In this video we are going to discuss about how to debug a simple assembly program using GDB debugger in our Linux. Even you can do that even you can do that debugging process in any Unix operating system. That is your choice. The reason that I am showing my subscription status is so many people viewing my content without subscribing our channel. Please subscribe. It will help me to reach the content to many more people. If you subscribe, then it will motivate me to do this type of videos. So please do subscribe and then see the content. If you like the content only, then please subscribe. Otherwise, please give the suggestions in the form of comments. I will try to follow the suggestions, and I will give the and I will convey the uh, I will convey the content in a better quality. Thank you. Let's get into our topic. See here, this is my basic hello world program in assembly language. If you if you saw my x86 assembly playlist, you can see what this code will do. Here this is a simple program that will print the message as hello world. So in this x86 assembly we are having two sections, at where one section is known as data section. At here we will define our variables which can be used in our main program. At here in text section we are going to write our program by using the start label. So start label, the main part of the code will be placed in start label. So here EDX, ECX, EBX, EAX are general purpose registers. First one, EAX means accumulator register, BX means base register, CX means count register, DX means data register, whereas E stands for extended data register, extended count register, and so on. So if you know about basics of x86 assembly, so you can know here you need to move the number of bytes that are allocated to our message is to be passed as an argument to EDX register, and here to ECX register you need to pass the memory address. So here our memory address is MSG, it is a variable, so you need to pass that variable, memory address variable, to our ECX register, and here you need to pass the system call to the you need to pass the argument of the system call to EBX register. At last you need to pass the file descriptor argument to EAX register, and now you need to interrupt with the relevant system call. Int means interrupt, we are going to interrupt the kernel. At here you need to exit the program by using this one. Here it is nothing but system exit sysexit system call will get invoked if you pass 1 as the argument to EAX register here, and here it will call as system. It is also related to exit of the system call. Okay, and at last we are going to call the interrupt. So in most cases we will not use this, so that is why I forgot why we are going to use this. So but when you won't write this argument, this instruction, some assemblers or some debuggers will prompt as error. So if you put this line, it will automatically clear the issues. So okay, let me run the program. Let me compile the program and run the program. What will be the output? Okay, ld -m elf i386 hello.o minus output into hello. Hello is the binary file. To execute that you need to click it /hello. So the program, the message got printed successfully. So here let us take the terminal here. Okay, so in order to debug your assembly program, you need to debug your binary file. Here we are going to do reverse engineering. It is nothing but reverse engineering. So gdb ./hello, this is our executable file. hit enter, then it will open for you, it will open a GDB session for you. So one of the command that I am going to say is info functions. If you use this this command is used to know what functions are used in your program. So it will print the description of the functions that you are used in your program. See here all defined functions, here non-debugging symbols as 0x80 for something address as start. So that is a warning message which can be avoided. Okay, if you want to disassemble if you want to disassemble the code that present in our binary file, then you need to use this disassemble space the function name, the label name start. So here the code that is present in our start label get decoded, but here it is in AT&T syntax, which is hard to learn. But in order to convert into our native x86 assembly code, you need to set the assembly flavor to Intel. So for that you need to use this command, set disassembly flavor space Intel. Sorry, flavor spelling is wrong, flavor Intel. So if you again disassemble that, you can see that the code will be debugged in respect with our x86 assembly. See here the code that I had used is now can be readable. So I don't know what this address, and here the arguments that were passed, and here the interrupt, everything is decoded into our x86 assembly if you compared with this code. But in this one we can see some of the addresses like 0x804800. So I don't know what those addresses. So to know the address, to know the content at that address, you need to use x/ that address. Okay, invalid number x/address. See here, this is the value that is stored at that address, and if you want to print, if you want to get the output it as a string, then you need to x means examine the output to string at that address. See here, this is the message that we stored. If you can see at here, we stored our message. In the message here, db is nothing but defined bytes, it is a type directive, and this is we got an error, cannot access memory at address. So okay, I think the read permission and write permission or something, any permissions can be denied on GDB debugger. I need to set the permissions. Okay, that's not a problem. And if you want to see set a breakpoint at anything, at a particular point, you need to use break and that command and that space followed with that address. If you don't know the address, you can use break _ start. Here we are going to set the breakpoint at start. Okay, hit enter, then we can see that the breakpoint is at this one. If you use disassemble start, okay, disassemble start. Okay, now you can see, and here we inserted a breakpoint at the starting of our start function. Okay, to run the program you need to use run command. See here, if you set a breakpoint, the program will execute till the breakpoint hit. Okay, here the breakpoint hit in the start, so the program executed till that point and the program got exited. So, and if you want to execute next instruction, you need to use the command next I. So next I, here the next instruction will be executed. And if you want to see the pointer, you can see, and again you need to type the disassemble command. See here the next instruction pointed to this, I mean the pointer is pointed to this, and again if I hit next instruction, next I command, and then again you can see that disassemble start, the pointer has been moved to another address. And if you want to see the information about registers, then you can enter the command as info registers. See here you can see the next instruction to be executed as this one, so the EIP also stored as that address, so everything is okay. So that is how you can see the information about registers, and this is how we disassemble here this is how we debug a program, x86 assembly program using GDB debugger. And you can see, or if you can search about the PEDA plugin in the GDB, you can, I mean there will be some tutorials in internet, you can download that PEDA plugin. So PEDA plugin is nothing but an extension of GDB. If you attach that plugin to GDB debugger, it will automatically, I mean it will automate some of the process that you need to do. So let me say an example. See here we use the set disassembly flavor to Intel, but wherever but if you use the PEDA plugin, that disassembly flavor will automatically set it to Intel flavor. So then you can save some time, and there will be some customization of colors. So that is the use of PEDA plugin. And at last, this is how we are going to use this GDB debugger to disassemble or debug our x86 basic programs. This is what all I got for this video. If you did hit the like button to the video, it will help me to reach this video for more people. Please do like the video and subscribe to our channel. It will help me to motivate to do more videos. Happy learning. Have a great day.